Good morning and welcome to my studio. I thought today would be an excellent day to make some ephemera. And I was wondering how I could manage that trick with my very favorite distress inks and oxides and stencils. And I think I have an idea about that. So let's get going. I'm going to use as my basic paper a little bit light, a piece of lightweight cardstock from, I believe, from Michael's, and it's that this lovely buff color that I just love. Now, I was wondering, that might be a very good size. Then if I folded it in half-ish, the ish being very important, I would end up with a nice, well, let's decide first of all, let's cut it this way. And we're just going to oddball this because this is not rocket science. Okay, good enough. So, take either one of these papers. I think I'll use this one first. I'll tuck this one, in case we have time, under my folder of Roxy Creations beautiful digis. Let's see what happens. Do I want to go all the way over here? And that would be 4 inches wide. Absolutely. We're going to do it. This paper is just lovely. I'm going to have to be looking when I finally do get out to do some shopping. I want to get another packet of this buff colored paper. I just love it. Now, we'll turn that one over and put that one on the back. In fact, we'll fold it over again. So that's on the inside, back. Yes. Alrighty, now let's get out some of my very favorite small Tim Holtz stencils and a brush so that we can keep this background very light. And let's use some vintage photo. And I'm going to use this, I'm going to put this on the back, the part that might or might not be glued down to the inside of a journal. Or it might be used as a writing spot. So, journaling can be done through here. Now, this is my go-to. As you can see, it's on the top. Let me look at some of the others. Oh, I do like this one also. Decisions, decisions. As Rachel on Roxy Creations says, decisions are the worst. And in order to get this to work, I'm going to put it on like this. And let's just test this out. So here we go. Let's see what we have. Oh yes, a good area that can be written over. And some more up here. And some more here. These brushes allow one to use this very light touch. Oh, pretty. Oh, definitely pretty. I'm glad I picked this one rather than my go-to favorite. So, we have a manufactured writing spot or journaling spot. Now let me clean this brush. And let me leave this out so that I can clean it with alcohol, because I don't want this to come up the next time I use it. So we have the first side done. Let's now go into the Roxy Creations folder. And let's work on the inside now of our folder. Let's see, do I want to use some blue? For some reason my mind has been running to blue lately. Now these are printed on heavier weight copy paper. Let's separate. Let's just separate these two halves. If I separate that again, I'll lose the birdie, so I'm not going to do that yet. I hope all of you are well. I'm looking forward to spring really setting in. Goodness. There we go. Now, do I want that as the front? I might. Let me do this one while I'm at it. Sure that this stays as straight as possible. Rather like this We Are Memory Keepers deckled edge ruler. No, I'm not going to go over the fold, and I'm not going to get too close to it because we don't want to add weight to the center. And I get the birdie in completely, which makes me happy. Let's get that bit of pencil mark off there. And there it is. I'll keep that. And let's see what we have. Very nice. Now I think I'm going to collage on this side. Yes, I will. And I'm loving the way this works with this design in the back. That was an added gift. Now if I use this on the front, which I'm thinking of doing, I should get some extra collage bits. Now, decided to use my grid. Have a little common sense, Carol. It will do you good. Now I have these these left over. Let's see what happens. This will be the front, and then we'll have to add some prettiness to it. This would be this page, or should we put it over here? I think we're going to put this one over here. I've changed my mind. Now we have that. And this. This. And that would work quite nicely. So, I'm going to turn off the camera because you don't need to watch me glue down these pieces of paper, and when I come back we will see what we can do to add focal points. I have decided to add just the tiniest bit of vintage photo to the edge of these sides because I felt like it worked with the vintage photo on the back. Just the tiniest bit. When I say tiny, I mean just that. Alrighty, here's where we are so far. I think I'm going to have to get a new sponge going because it seems to be breaking off. Well, that's not going to work. When all else fails, use the tools that are attached. Now let's see what we can do. Here I've taken out some labels, and I've taken out some birdies. This birdie would also work with this very nicely. think I'm going to have to reach over and get out some paper toweling. That I can use later with the alcohol to clean that stencil. Now, this is much better. So, we could do a birdie on the front, or we could always do a birdie on the back. So we have labels, one possibility. Birdie. Any more? No, they're kind of too small. Okay, they're allowed to be small. Now, what about some flowers? That's overkill, but that is not. Wouldn't that be pretty? And it was right on the top. It was fate. Just going to do a quick trim here. I guess the birdie is not going to be on the back. This last leaf. Oh yes. Oh my yes. Well, let's get out the book again. There's Birdie. But I think Birdie needs a little something more behind it. Something to play up this color of his throat. Very much to find a piece of straw paper. or a piece of that. Just a little something, something. Just a little something, something. Let's see. Let us look. Yes. Yes. Right here. It's very fine paper. Now, Birdie, be very careful with claws and let's get him. Another birdie and this puppy. Certainly coming to the end of that yoo-hoo. Now, I'm not going to put anything back here because this is a writing spot. It doesn't need any more embellishment. Have a drink of water while I'm squeegeeing. Let's see where we are now. Thinking we need something here. As luck would have it, yes, This has been a very lucky day. Vegetation works for this job, doesn't it? So let's see where we started and where we finished. Very glad that I used that heavier weight cardstock. And actually it's lighter weight compared to some of the other ones that you can find in Michael's, but I'm going to definitely pick up some more of this. My experiment for the back rather than to collage and add heft to the paper, and this lucky find on the top of the flower basket. A label, some collaging, and Birdie. Well, I do hope you have enjoyed this visit with me today. I haven't made a piece of ephemera in a while. I'm going to be doing more of it because it is just absolutely the most relaxing and enjoyable way to spend your crafting time, as far as I'm concerned. If you have enjoyed this visit, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye now.